What is up, guys? It's Swimmer here, back with some more Great League action. My last Great League action of Season 1. So I did a bunch more experimenting over the past day or so, and it did not go so well. So here I'm just trying to get in some good sets with some positive wins before Season 2 starts up again. So I've gone back to my tried and true team of Altaria, Lanturn, and Deoxys. And we're just going to be hoping to get a couple good sets under our belt to get ready for the start of Season 2. So let's go ahead and get into the video here. So in this first match, we actually come up against a Vigoroth on the lead. So Vigoroth is a pretty good lead for us. We're going to be resisting the counter damage, and the body slam isn't going to be dealing too much. So building up a bunch of energy here, they swap into Deoxys. So we're going to drop a Sky Attack. We're still going to be resisting the counter damage from Deoxys, so this is okay. We can stay in for a little bit. Going to drop another Sky Attack, but then I don't want to have to shield a Rock Slide yet, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out into my own Deoxys. We're just going to try and fight this Deoxys down. So they drop their own Rock Slide. Totally fine to let it hit us. Another charge move coming in. Not going to shield. It's actually a Thunderbolt, which is, again, totally fine. We're going to drop a Rock Slide here. And we actually get the second shield on this Rock Slide, so that's good for us. They bring in Vigoroth. We are going to let Deoxys go down, and then bring in Altaria. Still not going to shield the Body Slam. It's not going to do too much damage, and I want to keep that shield advantage. We are going to shield now because we want to make sure that we get off the Sky Attack to take out the Vigoroth. So we do get off the Sky Attack, and then we're going to swap immediately into our Lanturn so that we don't fall behind on energy. So as soon as we can, swap immediately into Lanturn, and it's in Azumarill that they've got in the back. So this is good for us. We're going to drop the Thunderbolt. This will be taking quite a bit of health from the Azumarill. I'm expecting them to bring back the Deoxys. The Deoxys does come back. He's going to drop a charge move, which we are going to shield. I think Thunderbolt would hurt more than anything that Azumarill had, which is why I shielded there. And then we get off our own Thunderbolt just because we don't want him to get to another charge move. So the Azumarill is going to be dropping their own charge move here. It's going to be Hydro Pump, but not going to be enough to take us out. And we're going to be able to get to a Thunderbolt, but my opponent actually surrenders, knowing that I was going to get to the Thunderbolt first. So that was a good game one. Able to capitalize on winning lead, and then Lanturn with a shield advantage was able to really bring home that match for us. So here we catch a Melmetal on the lead, so this isn't great for us. We're going to swap into Deoxys. That counter damage will hurt the Melmetal quite a bit, and this is where I really wish I had Psycho Boost. So I have to go for Rock Slides, but if I had Psycho Boost, it takes 10 less energy, does super effective damage, and even if once you're debuffed, it still does a lot to a Haunter. So I really wish I had it. Really, I just forgot to switch my Deoxys back to Psycho Boost after my experimentation, so that was definitely tough. I don't shield here, thinking it was going to be a bait, but it's a Shadow Ball, so that really hurts. And then I'm going to have to shield now to make sure that I get off the Sky Attack. So this game is not looking too good for us. Not having the Psycho Boost, which would have let us get a second shield from using Deoxys, and then not shielding the Shadow Ball really hurts. So got to bring Lanturn back in to do whatever it can against this Melmetal. So we are going to shield the Rock Slide here. We can't let Lanturn get too low in case they have a Charmer or something like that in the back. So we're going to drop the Thunderbolt to get their shield, and then get to another Thunderbolt as quickly as we can. So they get another Rock Slide off. This is going to be getting us quite low, so Lanturn's really going to have his job cut out for him. We get to a Thunderbolt, and this is going to be taking out the Melmetal, and then hopefully we have a really good matchup in the back. And so in the back, it is an Azumarill. So this is good, but we are low enough that we have to start worrying about that bubble damage. So we get off the Thunderbolt here. And then we're going to go ahead and switch, hoping to absorb some energy. And lucky for us, we are able to absorb a charge move with Altaria. So Lanturn is going to come back in, but he is just too low that the bubble damage is going to take him out. So really close match. Definitely think that if I had Psycho Boost on Deoxys, that I would have won that. So definitely need to change that back for the start of Season 2. So in this third match, we come up against an Altaria on the lead. So here, going to be going for Sky Attack as quickly as I can. And he gets it at the same time and wins the CMP tie. So that tells me that in the even shield scenario, I'm going to lose. So going for the Sky Attack here, and then I'm going to swap out into Deoxys. So just hoping to get to that Rock Slide. We get to that Rock Slide before they get to a Sky Attack. This is going to be forcing the shield from them or taking out the Altaria. We do get the second shield, and I probably should have shielded here, because as you guys are going to see, the Sky Attack does quite a bit of damage, and then that Dragon Breath damage is really adding up. So they actually switch into their Deoxys, which is okay for us. We're going to drop the Rock Slide, except that their Deoxys is actually able to farm us down completely for energy, so that's not great for us. We're going to bring in Altaria, going to have to shield the Rock Slide since we did get behind on energy. Just going to do a little bit of chip damage and then try and switch on their second Rock Slide. So we do absorb the second Rock Slide with Lanturn, which is good for us. And then we're just going to try and get to a Thunderbolt before they get to a charge move. So we do, which is really good. We're going to be able to take them out before Lanturn takes any more damage. And then we'll see what they've got in the back. They have a Lanturn in the back, actually. So I make a mistake here. I probably should have gone for Thunderbolt quicker. I think that I did one extra fast move there. So we weren't able to get ours off. And the reason it's going to matter is that if I'd gotten that off, this Dragon Pulse would have been taking out the Lanturn, but instead their Thunderbolt is going to take us out. I still don't know if I would have won, because I believe their Altaria had loaded energy in the back, so I think I still would have lost that matchup to the Altaria in the back. But it definitely would have been closer. But they were actually using the same team as I was, Altaria, Lanturn, and Deoxys, so that was a really interesting fight. So getting into the fourth matchup here of the set, hoping to turn the tide at 1 win and 2 losses right now, so definitely want to do a little better than that. And we come up against a Skarmory on the lead. So I'm going to swap out of this right away. It's not great for Altaria, but Deoxys does much better, and they swap into Meganium. So again, wishing I had Psycho Boost for this matchup, but a Skarmory lead with a Meganium in the back. You guys might know Caleb Peng made a team of Skarmory, Shiftry, and Meganium pretty popular. So I'm thinking they have Shiftry in the back, which means that combining that with the Skarmory, it's really important for me to line up their Shiftry against my Altaria and their Skarmory against my Lanturn. So I'm going to go ahead and invest 2 shields to win Switch Advantage. I really want to win Switch Advantage. So they're going to get to another Frenzy Plant here, which is going to be doing quite a lot of damage, but we're going to be able to get to the Rock Slide. So the Rock Slide's going to go off and either get the shield or take them out. The reason that Psycho Boost would be better there is it does more damage than Rock Slide and costs less energy. So you can use that when the Meganium is getting low. So they bring in the Skarmory, I go into Lanturn, and then swap when they do to get my Altaria against their Shiftry. But this is still actually going to be fairly tough because they still have a shield. So I'm going to overfarm on energy, make them think that I'm further away from a Sky Attack than I am. They get off another foul play here, which is going to be getting us quite low. So I drop the Sky Attack now, which is going to get their shield. Definitely they won't let it go through. And then going to be trying to get to that sky attack as fast as I can, and I'm really lucky. They were trying to farm me down for energy, to have some leaf blades for that lantern. So I am able to get to that second sky attack and take out the Shiftry. And then Lantern coming in against the Skirmy doesn't need to worry about the sky attack, not going to do a lot of damage, and is able to get to a Thunderbolt quite quickly. So that's going to take out the Skarmory, which gives me a good solid win in Game 4. So there, knowing my opponent's team or having a pretty good guess at what their team was definitely helped give me an advantage and helped influence the decisions that I made within that match. So in Game 5 here, we come up against an Azumarill, so this is not a great lead. Going to switch into Deoxys. And then they bring in Meganium again. So again, wishing I had Psycho Boost as another option here, but going to be going for those Rock Slides. Does a fair bit of damage to the Meganium. Not going to shield this Frenzy Plant. Does do quite a lot of damage. Going to go for another Rock Slide here. And they actually do not shield. So I know that I can win switch advantage just by farming down with counter. So I do go ahead and shield just to take advantage of that opportunity. So I do get the switch advantage and then get to a Rock Slide before Deoxys goes down. So this is going to do some nice chip damage on the Azumarill. And then we're able to bring in our Lanturn. And then they actually switch out here, and I mirror that switch, and we get some Go Battle Leg, and nobody knows what's happening for a little bit there. But even though Skarmory would have been a really good matchup for my Lanturn, I want to make sure I save Lanturn for that Azumarill. And actually, I know that Altaria won't be able to win against the Skarmory, just going to be getting off as much chip damage as I can. But being able to farm down with Lanturn is not a bad thing either. So they drop the Sky Attack to take out Altaria, and then I'm just going to farm them down completely for energy because I need to have a lot of loaded energy to clear those shields from Azumarill. So not going to shield this. It's going to be a Sky Attack, which will be resisted, not doing a lot of damage. They come in with Azumarill, so I am going to shield the Hydro Pump. It would do quite a bit of damage, even though it's resisted. And then my own Thunderbolt's going to go through. So we're able to get the Excellent there. And then drop in another Thunderbolt because we had so much energy saved up. It comes quite quickly. This is going to be getting the second shield. And then they are going to be able to get to another Hydro Pump before I can get to another Thunderbolt, but it will not be taking me out. So Hydro Pump comes in, doesn't take me out. I'm able to get to the Thunderbolt to take out the Azumarill. And then there's just a sliver of health left on the Skarmory, so one Spark will be taking him out. So that was a really good match. Very close, but again, Lanturn was able to really bring it home with some good matchups against what they've got in the back. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really looking forward to the start of Season 2. Gonna definitely try and climb up to rank 10 as quickly as I can. So, yeah, look forward to seeing you guys then, and thanks so much for watching.